Good morning, everyone. So we are here today to start our training regarding science communication, and I hope that after this training we will be more prepared to our final that will be on March 5th, and where we will try to find our winner that will represent the University of Coimbra in the final of Coimbra Group 3-minute thesis competition. So I will try to share with you a presentation, the announcement of this UC 3-minute thesis second edition. I hope that you had the opportunity to see it during our advertisement of this competition this year, but I will share it with you. I hope I have subtitles in English.
Nesta segunda edição da tese de doutoramento em 3 minutos, o que é que nós queremos? Queremos mais estudantes de doutoramento a participar das várias áreas e dos vários programas de doutoramento e que nós consigamos...
Just let me put the subtitles. I change it, but it's always just to put the subtitles in English for you. Okay, no.
Nesta segunda edição da tese de doutoramento em 3 minutos, o que é que nós queremos? Queremos mais estudantes de doutoramento a participar das várias áreas e dos vários programas de doutoramento e que nós consigamos ir à final internacional e ganhar. Este é o nosso objetivo. O estudante, ao participar nesta competição dos 3 minutos de tese de doutoramento, vai permitir-lhe ganhar competências de comunicação, vamos dar formação de comunicação de ciência, como comunicar a sua tese de doutoramento, os seus resultados, o impacto da sua tese, quer localmente, aqui na Universidade de Coimbra, na primeira fase, e depois, em seguida, na fase internacional, em que vai ser apresentada essa tese de doutoramento, ou esses resultados, durante os 3 minutos, para o grupo de universidades que fazem parte do chamado Coimbra Group, que são 41 universidades. Portanto, há aqui um impacto muito interessante para o próprio estudante entrar nesta competição, mas também para o impacto que a Universidade de Coimbra quer ter na Europa.
As promising diagnostic agents for HPR2 positive breast cancer. Which means they have to be
Eu decidi participar, primeiro porque foi uma iniciativa que nunca tinha visto e eu acho que estar simplesmente a pensar em ciência como chegamos ao artigo e acabamos, isso não é ciência. A partir daí há um outro mundo completamente novo, que é o de divulgar, chegar às pessoas, às empresas, a quem a tecnologia de facto, no meu caso, tecnologia poderá de facto fazer efeito. E eu noto que nós não temos ligado muito a isso e isto era logo uma oportunidade de poder explorar esse mundo. E foi com esse intuito de me poder lançar às feras, digamos assim, que decidi ver como é que era, até porque também nós passamos 8 horas no nosso trabalho todos os dias com coisas mega complexas e pensar em ter que falar em 1 minuto, 2 minutos, em 3 minutos, que é um desafio tão grande que só pode ser giro. Mesmo que não dê em nada, só o facto de eu ter que escalar a uma escala de tempo tão curta, eu tenho muito a ganhar com isso, de certeza.
So this was our video that we used to launch this initiative this year. So you saw and had the opportunity to see not only our Vice Rector, Professor Cláudia Cavadas, that we hope that will join us today, and also Mauro Pinto, that was the winner of the last edition, and he shared with us how he felt about this experience, the challenge, but also what he gained from it. So about the previous edition, we had 35 candidates where we choose the 20 finalists using also a jury. Last year, the jury was a little bit shortened than this year, with less areas represented. But this year we had the effort to have a more broad jury in order to be able for them to analyze your videos. And then Mauro was our representative, and he went to the first part of the competition by Coimbra Group, where all the 41 universities choose the 3 best videos. And from that pool, they found the 3 finalists that present not in June as was supposed, but only on October. Besides everything that we are suffering with this pandemic, they need to put it later on. They also had the opportunity to have a training, but since they were before the pandemic, we had as you see, all together in the same room, this challenge that nowadays we almost don't know what it is, or we are missing a lot. So we had the opportunity to be all together in Triais, in Institute for Interdisciplinary Research at Polo 2, where we share with them some knowledge about science communication, about media training, about public speaking, and about design thinking, and where they work together in order to improve their communications. So as I told you, Mauro was the winner. He's from technologies, but we have other 20 finalists from different areas. And they had the opportunity to share to each other and also with us and with everyone what they are doing in their thesis in only 3 minutes. And we know that is a real challenge, and I think you suffer it during your training to be here. This is the photo from the final that took place in February last year at Casa das Caldeiras. It was a really interesting and fascinating event where altogether we planned these events, and I think it was an amazing opportunity to share and to be together for to communicate science. I was just checking what Marina said. Okay. So let's move on now for, let me admit Sarah, okay. And about the edition, the second edition, this edition where we are today, we had 41 candidates and we had already selected the 20 finalists. We are here all today, and we hope that on March 5th, we will be able to find our winner that will represent the University of Coimbra in the Coimbra Group final. Let's see how we will be able to improve this year and be able to be in the final. As I told you, we had a very broad in different areas jury, from economics to technology to law to medical sciences. So we tried to put together people from different areas to be able to evaluate you better. During the choose or the selection of the finalists, your videos were evaluated by at least 4 members of the jury, and then we collect their classifications in different areas, not only scientific, but also how you perform, how you present, the language you use, how your body language was or not adapted with your messages. So all that details were evaluated by the jury, and we collect all that information in order to be able to select you and made your distribution all over the classification. About the rules, I will try to summarize it to you. As you know, we have maximum 3 minutes. The presentations need to be in English. About the rules are that you only have the opportunity to have 1 slide, and that's something that maybe we need to confirm with Coimbra Group, because since we will do it online, they told us that we need to we may adapt a little bit the rules, but the question is how should we present these slides, and that's something that I need to check with them and also with our team for technical organization. because for you to have the slide behind you, we'll not be able to see it all. So probably you need to share your screen, or we will share the screen, and then you have to present it online and in direct on the 5th of March. So we will record it live. On the final, we will have the Zoom session, but we will make like direct live to University of Coimbra YouTube channel. As you know, and if you read the rules, you cannot have any objects, anything on your hands, and also you don't need, or you shouldn't sing or do something that not speak. About this science communication course, and before we begin, we will present you, maybe we saw us already, we have our trainers, is me, I'm a researcher and science communication coordinator of the Institute for Interdisciplinary Research. We have Sara Amaral, that is the Science Communication Office head of Center for Neuroscience and Cell Biology, and we have Marta Costa and Karin Paniza that are from the Communication Department of the University of Coimbra. Tomorrow we will have also with us the team, sorry I put equipa, it was like a misleading. So we have the team of Speak and Lead, that is like a group of people that are used to give this kind of support to improve science, communication, and public speaking. And they will have the opportunity to share with us during the workshop some of their knowledge, and also to help us at the end of the day and during the afternoon to help you to improve your individual presentations. So today we will have this open session, then Sara and I will present more, Sara, about the importance of science communication, how is this challenge to communicate science. Then Marta and Karin will share with us communicating science tips and hints to how communicate to a camera. Then we make a lunch break, and unfortunately last year we have the opportunity to be all together. This time we will do it each one in each place where we are, and we will meet again at 2 p.m. to the design thinking of science communication projects, in order for you to join together and think a little bit about the project that you would like to develop, and then we'll have the presentations. Tomorrow, as I told you, at 10 again, we will have the workshop of science communication and public speaking with Speak and Leads, and in the afternoon, the personalized training with you guys. So, some details about the final. So, it will be on March 5th. About the order, something that you may want to know. Later on, we will do like a random distribution of you in order to have the order of the presentations. About the preparation and the final per se, we will join all together in the Zoom meeting at 11. The goal of this pre-meeting is for you to set your position, your lights, how you should be in front of your computer in order to make the best presentation you can, to make like a pre-training. And we will meet all together at 2 p.m. to be all here and to clarify any questions that you have, and we will start the session at 2:30. So during the session, I will be presenting. I will make a broad presentation about 3-minute thesis. I will present the rules. I will present the jury, and then we will start the presentations, your presentations. I will start to present each one of you, and then you will have 3 minutes to present. So the 3 minutes will start to count. So we have problem here, don't worry. So we have 3 minutes to start, and then we will give like maximum 10 minutes to the jury to make their decisions. And at the end, we will present our winner and our University of Coimbra representative in the Coimbra group final. So before the training, I would like to make you a few questions just for a small ice breaking. So I will share with you like the presentation I have. I would like to remove this from here. So we will use this pool everywhere that I hope that you have already used before. So I will share with you the, I have here, so I will copy here. I will share with you at the chat this link. I hope that you'll be able to go right away to our pool, to all of you. Please check if you can open this. I will try to present it to you. Anyone is with the sound on, please. So the first question is about how is your mood today? Can you get in the pool?
Yes, but should we answer the site? Should we continue in the site?
Yes, you need to put your name and then go forward. And I hope that you will be able to see these. Someone?
This is Nuno talking.
Yes, Nuno.
I'm afraid not everyone, such as myself, can access the can have access to that pool. I am talking from a mobile device, so
okay, so you cannot put the both things at the same time.
Those resources are a bit difficult for me.
Okay, so you can share with us how is your mood today, since you are already with your sound on. And the others, let's see, show responses. Anyone had already respond?
I have a question. You ask where are we join you? It means that our nationality or the location that we are now.
Yeah, but first you are seeing, yes, but first I probably I have all of them activate. I shouldn't. You are, I don't know. Okay, so let me just do this. Sorry, I was practicing last night and I left everything activated. No, this one is not. So let's go first to this one. Can you see this? How is your mood today?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, I just see a map.
Just a map.
Yeah, me
The
too.
first question is where are we?
Okay, so let's go to that one. Now is activate. Okay, so yes, someone was asking. So we have two people from full screen, 2 people from Brazil, at least 3 maybe. So the majority of them are in Portugal, right? Anyone else are in other places? No, so we are, the majority are here in Portugal, and we have some people from Brazil. So after these small questions, we will have the opportunity to share a little bit and to present ourselves, okay? So let's move to the other question. Let's see if I can go previous and activate this one. And now probably, okay, this one is not lock. Let's go to the previous one. I hope that now you can see this one. No, I tested last night and it works.
How can we move to that question?
It should appear, I will share the link with you. Maybe it's easier. Because last time I just get in once and I have the opportunity to. Should be this one. Actually, maybe I misunderstood. Okay, I know how we will do that. Sorry. The first time I'm using this one and I'm making.
In mine, it asks for the presenter name. Shall I put your name?
Yes, put your name there.
It says presenter name. Maybe it's your name, no?
Oh, no, so it should be this here, but I will share with you the. Let me just go there and I will share with you the link. Because this, I think, is blocked now. So I want this one and I will get the link now. Okay. I will share with you here. Let's see if it works now. Try this one. Can you check the mood now? Okay. Because last time I just get in, but probably since I was in my cell phone, I thought this was directly, and anytime I was choosing one question. Okay, so let's see how is your mood now. Okay, so not so bad. Someone is in the yellow. I hope that you had the opportunity to have your breakfast. I think we are missing some food, so you can grab something and eat with us. The others, I hope that during the day we'll get all on the maximum green to be all at the same mood. Okay, so I will deactivate this one and I will go to the next one. And is this one now it's okay for you? It appears a new one? No?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so anytime I need to give you. Okay, if you get in through the name of the presenter, I think you can do it right away, but like this, you need to do it question by question. I need to improve the way to do it. So
it is giving us time to think about the question and how you want to answer, so it's fine.
So now I would like for you to share with us like one word about how do you describe science, and let's make like a word cloud about, you can see it now with that link. Okay, we have innovation already. How do you see or how you describe science? Curiosity, knowledge, evolution, knowledge, advancements, revolutionary.
I'm
okay.
responding, Professor.
Sorry, Rolla?
I didn't see the next question.
Okay. So, but you use the last, maybe you were not here yet. So I will try this one. Try this link on the chat.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I will share again with you. So we have like curiosity, evolution, knowledge, and innovation is on the top. It makes sense. So that's why we are all here today, to promote curiosity and for share knowledge and innovation and what we are performing in our research with the public. That's why 3-minute thesis is so important for us, and that's why we really believe that science communication make the difference and is so important for us and for the people that is not only in their developing their PhD thesis, but also all over all the research paths. So now I think we can move and we can go for the second part of this session, but not before. And since we have here, I would like to ask Paola, Marina, Pega, Katarina, and Sara to turn on the cameras. And I would like to hear like 2 or 3 phrases from you, like you can present, you can tell us your area of expertise, what you are now searching for, and also where are you coming from, and some curiosity that you would like to share with us. So I think one minute will be 1 minute something will be enough for each one of us to present. Maybe we can start by the for us that we are giving this training, and then you can go through, okay? So Sara, you will be the next one to speak. Can you start to present yourself?
Okay, right now or after the presentations? What do you prefer?
Could be right now, and then you go through the presentation.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope everyone is okay. My name is Sara. I'm the head of Science Communication Office at CNC. CNC is a research center at University of Coimbra dedicated to bioscience, neuroscience, biotechnology, and metabolism. And my major role is to implement science communication strategies at our research center, as the relationship with media, the public engagement project with some groups of society, produce some videos, some advertising about the institution. And I'm here today to talk a little bit with you about science communication, the importance of science communication, and I hope to inspire you to do more science communication and to do a really nice presentation at 3 minutes thesis competition. And okay, it's that. Then if you have any question, I hope to be inspiring for you to do science communication. And I will talk a little bit about the importance, about some topics that I think you should be aware in science communication practice. And I will show you some examples and some tools that can help you with not only with your science communication experience, but also with your research, some tools to help you to do a better research and to do better presentation in Congress and these kind of things. And is that
okay? Thank you, Sara. So Marta, your turn. 1 minute. Let's keep sharp.
Okay, now you're going to ask someone from communication to speak very shortly. There's going to be. Okay, so my name is Marta. I work for the communications office at University of Coimbra. My basic education is in journalism and communication, though I do have also studied a bit about marketing. Mainly what we do in the communications office is work with news from the point of view of the university. So it's more like it's a press office, and we work with video. We had the opportunity of doing a couple of these media training things. And I really like science communication. And we really hope that the hints and tips that we're going to give you are helpful. And every time you need anything, or if you need one thing that I learned from all the background is don't be afraid to ask. So if you do need anything, don't be afraid to ask. And if you see me on the street, I'll probably be like this with a mask, but do stop me and talk to me, and it's fine, and ask anything you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Marta.
1 minute.
Karim, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karine. I'm from Brazil. I am the twin sister of Marta Costa. Yeah, we are like twin sisters, really live together and work together. I worked at the office, communication office of the University of Coimbra. And well, Marta, very well. Okay, I hope this meta training will be, this courses will be really interesting for you, and I hope help you to do the best video you can do in 3 minutes test.
Thank you, Karin. So now we will start with the order that I have here, okay? So let's start with Sara.
I think there are two Saras.
Ah, true. So now you
Sara
are
Lima?
Sara Lim is down, so you are Sara.
The
Yes,
pink
you.
one. Okay.
Yes, the pinky one, yes.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Sara. I'm a clinical psychologist. Before I entered my research program, my PhD program, I was already a clinical. And so I have this huge desire to communicate science into my practice, my clinical practice. And for me, it makes all the sense to communicate my research to population, to community, and to other colleagues, as I am. And I'm talking from my parents' house because I came here when the pandemics got more strict, and I have a child, so it's easier for me to be here at my parents' house. And well, I also have a research grant from FCT, and I'm on my third year of grant. Thank you.
Thank you, Sara. So let's move to Angela.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm from Porto, Portugal, and I'm a biologist. Currently, I'm on my second year of my PhD in forensic anthropology, and I'm focusing my study in mummification, natural mummification. And I'm at home, yeah, as well.
Thank you, Angela. So let's move to Piotr.
So my name is Piotr. I'm originally from Poland, and I'm one of the early stage researchers of Politia project. This Marie Curie project between 7 universities, but my PhD is being held between Trinity College Dublin in Ireland and here in the University of Coimbra. And my area of expertise is photodynamic therapy, which is one of the cancer treatment methods. And here in Portugal, I work in the Department of Chemistry in the photobiology lab, and also I do some research in ICNAS as well.
Thank you, Piotr. Let's move to Alexandra.
Hi, everyone. So I am Alexandra. I did my bachelor and master's in biochemistry. But actually, since master's, I've been working in the radiopharmaceutical field. So I'm doing my first year PhDs on the Institute of Nuclear Science applied to Health. So also working at ICNAS. And my PhD is focusing on developing a new class of radiopharmaceuticals with a new radioisotope. But I'm still in the beginning.
Thank you, Alexandra. Now, Brigida.
Hello, my name is Brigida. I live in Viseu in Portugal. I am a clinical psychologist and my PhD is in clinical and health psychology. I am studying an innovative intervention program for children with anxiety and mood disorders and their parents. And I'm very excited to be here because I think it's fundamental to be able to present our clinical projects in an effective and understandable way. Because when we create or validate an intervention program, we want it to be used by the public health services, private clinics, schools, other community services. So the communication in science is fundamental.
Thank you, Brigida. Now, Mariana.
So hi, my name is Mariana. I'm working in neuroscience at CNC. So my PhD aimed to study the role of inhibitory neurons in an animal model and how the inhibitory neurons can be important in some psychiatric disorders. So, and now why I like science communication, because I think that probably science communication is the reward that I have after my day working in the lab. So that's why I really like, and I think this is a good opportunity to share my work in a different perspective.
Thank you, Mariana. Daniela, Valério.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniela Valerio. I work in the University of Coimbra, more specifically in ProAction Lab in the Faculty of Psychology. And I started now my third year of my PhD in cognitive neuroscience, and my purpose is to understand how the adult brain processes object knowledge. And this is what I've been doing.
Thank you, Daniela. Now, Cristiana Bento.
Olá, sorry. So my name is Cristiana. I'm doing my PhD in chemical engineering. I just started, it's my first year. And I will be developing a methodology to prepare scaffolds for tissue engineering. And I entered this as a challenge, and let's see what it will bring me. Thank you.
Thank you, Cristiana. Now, Mateus.
Hi, can you hear me? So
yes.
I'm Mateus, I'm from Brazil. I'm a PhD student at the Department of Informatics Engineering. I'm starting the third year of my PhD, and I am working with system performance and security evaluation of a new technique, a new defensive technique named moving target defense. And I entered the challenge trying to reduce the complexity of my research, trying to communicate to the broader audience.
Thank you, Mateus. Now, Daniela, I don't remember your surname.
Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniela. My background is in environmental engineering, University of Coimbra. Now I'm in the second year of the PhD in mechanical engineering, and I am researcher on the Association for the Development of Industrial Aerodynamics, that is the lab in the university. And I'm working on the prediction of large wildfire events based on climatic and meteorologic factors. And I am very happy to be here today.
Thank you, Daniela. Tania is with you now.
Hi, my name is Tania Calvão. I'm from Brazil originally, but I live for the past 15 years in the United States. I'm an international lawyer. I moved there in a job assignment. I work with energy. I moved as an energy lawyer, and I'm studying international public law. I dealt throughout my career a lot with regulation. And from the energy sector, I moved to the environmental law. And my thesis is about the impact of the gases from the agriculture, basically the meat production and its gases, the greenhouse gases. What is the impact in the environment and how could we deal with this situation? So I'm proposing the creation of a protocol where all the agricultural sector will follow rules to try to make a better world for us and allow us still to eat in a more disciplined way meat. So that's it.
Thank you, Tania. Now, Nuno.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nuno. I'm speaking to you from Porto, Portugal. I'm a third year PhD student in materialities of literature from the Faculty of Arts and Letters, or Faculdade de Letras. I research Gil Vicente, the first Portuguese playwright from 500 years ago, but I'm studying the modern day productions and performances in order to produce a theory that allows us to understand better this playwright. But my target readers are Iberian ones, so it's a challenge to be speaking in English and to a broader audience about this subject, about communication of science. I'm really interested. I've been doing some projects within my PhD community, such as editing a newsletter and working on a podcast of our PhD. But my background is a theater one. I have been training as an actor, and I usually work as a theater teacher when I'm not with a fellowship, as I am now from Fundação da Ciência e Tecnologia. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuno. Now your turn, Luis.
Well, hello. So I am, by training, I am a biochemist, and now I'm a PhD student at the Center for Neuroscience and Cell Biology. I work specifically in immunology in an area called cell reprogramming, which is a really interesting thing to explain to the general audience because it's very visual. You have a cell from the skin, and then you can reprogramming it into different kinds of cells. In my case, immune cells. So yeah, I think that's mainly the point why I also like part of science communication and all of that. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Luis. Now your turn, Marina.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Marina. I'm a former biologist. I'm doing a PhD in neuroscience at the Center for Neuroscience and Cell Biology. I'm interested in studying how slight changes in neuronal function can induce epilepsy and the comorbidity of epilepsy with other neurodevelopmental disorders, such as autism spectrum disorders, for instance. And I'm interested in science communication because, as we can see nowadays, it's very important to transmit science to the general public because we are crossing a huge crisis of skepticism regarding science. And I think it's very important for us to learn how to transmit fundamental and translational science to the general public. And that's what motivates me to participate in this competition.
Thank you, Marina. Raola, can you share with us?
Good morning. Raola is here. I'm from Iran. This is the second year I'm living in your beautiful country, Portugal. I'm doing research in Department of Civil Engineering, specifically work on steel structures. My project is focused on an innovative system, which is cheap, sustainable, and with high resistance against fire. And here I'm working in that project. So 3 minutes is important for me first, because in future I want to explain the complicated engineering topic in a simple way. And eventually we want to propose a system to the people. So people who don't understand civil engineering maybe very well. So I would like to practice to present my idea in a simple way. That's why 3 minutes is important for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Sara Lima, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sara Lima. I'm a PhD student at the Faculty of Law, and it's not my first time here. I participated at the last edition of the 3MT, and well, I was one of the yellow faces, Anna, because I woke up really early today. I'm in Brazil now. Here it's not 8 o'clock yet, 8 a.m. So I didn't have my breakfast yet, but it's okay. People, in my thesis, I analyzed the reasonings of the international courts about the crimes of forced sterilization against women. I think it's not an easy topic for explain for the other people that are not in the law area. So I hope to learn more about these tools of science communication. In the last competition, I didn't participate of this training. So I hope now I have this opportunity to learn more about this. Good morning for everyone.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, Pega.
Hello, my name is Pega and I'm from Iran, but now I'm living in Portugal for 5 months. I'm a first year PhD student of mechanical engineering. My bachelor and my master was in aerospace engineering. And now in Portugal, I have a FCT grant and I work in ADAI and robotic field laboratory. And my PhD is focused on simulation of fire spread in the forest and using remote sensing, like especially satellite data, to monitor and manage the forest. So by the end of this project, we have a strategy to mitigate the fire risk. I participate in 3 minutes to use this tribune to emphasize on the importance of fire and how it can affect our climate, environment, and also our property. Thank you.
Thank you. Pega. Now, Bruno.
Hello, I'm from Brazil. I'm happy for here. So, my PhD is Science in Education, and my research is about how programs in mentoring can help students with problems in learning. I don't know in Portugal, but in Brazil, there are many students in engineering and mathematics that have many difficulties. So I believe that one research about mentoring, one student more experience or one teacher help only one student can contribute for the high students. So I studied English many years ago.
You need to practice. Yeah, I think that it will also help you, because if you hear and you will have the opportunity also to interact later with your colleagues. So I hope that you will be able to improve it. Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you.
Now, Catarina.
So hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Catarina. I'm in the final steps of my PhD. So I'm working at the University of Coimbra, but at the chemistry department. So the role of my PhD was to study the immune responses triggered after a cancer treatment called photodynamic therapy. But my main ambition was to not only study this specific type of treatment, but also try to combine with another strategies that would improve the therapeutics and to try to achieve a better outcome with these combinations. And my ambition to participate in this is in fact what we have been discussing, that I still think that there is a big wall between science and people that doesn't at least are not completely inside of the area, and sometimes it's difficult to explain to them what in fact we are trying to do. And so this was my main ambition to participate on this.
Thank you, Catarina. So let's move for the next parts, and will be Sarah that will present you the first part about science communication, and She will give us a small overview and also some examples of where you can improve even more your science communication skills. Thank you, Sara.
I will share my screen, okay? Everyone. Are you seeing my screen? Yes? No? Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
I just need, okay. Sorry, because I need to.
Sorry, just a question. Should we save our questions to the final of the presentation?
For me, you can ask me if you want to. You can interrupt and ask me, because the idea is to give you some tools and some ideas about science communication. But for me, the most important thing is to interact with us and the possible interaction at Zoom, and you can ask me if you want during the presentation. Okay, hi everyone. And my role here today is to talk with you about science communication. And my first question is to ask you, is science communication a waste of time? And in the end of the presentation, after my talk, I hope that you can reflect about that, and you can reflect about this question and think a little bit if is science communication a waste of your time or not, and why. Okay, then it's a challenge, a reflection that I hope that in the end of the of Friday, tomorrow, on the end of the day, please think 3 minutes about that. If is science communication a waste of time, and why is a waste of time or not a waste of time. Okay, then sorry. Okay, then science communication. Why science communication is important? Because science and society are in the most of the times worlds apart, because sometimes the science language, the science words, the scientific process is really a part of the other areas of the society. And this is very bad, because this is a gap to construct a relationship of trust, understanding, and communication between science and the society. And sorry, and nowadays this is really bad, because if you think a little bit, science and technology affect all the aspects of our societies. And if you think 3 minutes about that, you can think, of course, you are PhD students and you are in science in the academia, then of course your life is impacted by science. But if we think a little bit, and if you ask to your parents or your friends or your grandmother or grandfather, if you think about that a little bit and talk about the importance of science and technology nowadays in our lives, you can discuss a little bit, and you can find easily the impacts of the science and technology in different aspects of our society, as culture, citizenship, economic growth, politics, safety, and yeah, if you want to discuss that, probably we will have a discussion of 3 or 4 hours. Then it's important to overcome this gap between science and society. And of course, science communication is our powerful tool. And as you said before, I think was Marina, nowadays is really important, really, really important. It was really important always, but nowadays with this pandemic crisis, it's more important, because we and the academia and researchers as the role to improve the science communication and to overcome this misinformation and this kind of fake news. And then with science communication, we can, and we have the power to engage, to innovate, to inform, to justify, to learn, to decide, to evolve, and to inspire our society to scientific research and to the power of our knowledge in different areas of science. And this is why science communication, in my point of view, is important, and why we should do science communication, and the academia and research centers should invest in science communication, in the proper and powerful science communication. And who should be the main actors in science communication? In my point of view, should be the researchers. You should be the main actors in science communication. You have the main role. You have the main role in this theater play that we can imagine as science communication, because you are the people that know more about your work. And when you are preparing a 3-minute thesis competition or a Viva, a PhD defense, imagine, always think about that. No one knows more about your PhD and knows more about your project as you. Then you should be the main actor of the science communication. Of course, you are biologists or engineering or mathematics. Of course, your background doesn't give you the tools to do a good science communication, or probably there are some courses that you have the training in science communication, but in the most of the cases you don't have this kind of training. Then here science communication teacher, journalists, media producers, these kind of persons can help you to do a better communication and to help you to give you tools to do a good science communication. And this is really important, because you should be a researcher, but in our point of view, you should think that science communication is part of your role as researcher. You should do a good science communication, as you should do a nice paper, as you should do a nice presentation in an international conference, or you should be able to help the undergraduate students to go to the culture room in bioscience, or to manage with a software program. Then in our point of view, and in my center at CNC, our philosophy is to put science communication in the different tasks that researchers should do during the PhD or during the postdoc or during all the career. Science communication should do a role of researchers, of all the researchers. But of course, there are science communication journalists, teachers that can help you and can give you tools and platforms to do a good science communication. And this is my role, and Anna's role, and Marta's and Karina's role. Okay, and why should researchers be involved in science communication? Because a lot of things. Because it's important to create scientific culture, scientific literacy, mainly in these crisis times, in a pandemic situation. It's important, it's really important to provide accountability. It's to say to the people, and in Portugal it's really important, because most of research is paid by the society, by the government, and you need to provide accountabilities to say to the people, okay, I'm using your money to do this research. And this is really important. And if you, of course, you know, in the FCT projects, European projects, we have this obligation to do science communication, to explain to the people why it's important to use the money to do research. And this is really important for the funders, and this is really important for society, and of course it's important for you, because it's a way to think and to rethink why this is important, why this research is really important for the world, what is my contribute to the science and to society. And then this point is really important, contribute to accountability. And it's really important to make this exercise sometimes. Okay, I'm doing that, but why this is important, why this is why this research can impact people. And this is really important. Science communication could be important to raise the aspiration of new generation, to inspire new generations to science. It's really important because if you think 100 years ago, there are less scientists than nowadays, and this is really important, and to inspire people and to say to the young generation that you can be scientists, you can be an astronaut, you can be a scientist in maths, or you can do research in literature. Then this is one of probably most fantastic experiences to try to inspire new generations. And of course, it could be important to fundraising, to attract different kinds of funding, not the traditionals. Okay, science communication is important to accountability and to say to the funders, okay, I'm doing that too, and I need more money. But it's important to attract different kinds of funding, like the funders in US or in UK. There are lots of foundations that pay, and sometimes are patients associations or foundations that are not related with science directly, but pay science. And this is really important for fundraising, to build trust in science, to help people to do informed and democratic decisions that are related with science, and a lot of other reasons that you should be involved in science communication, in my point of view. And I'm saying that, but there are lots of people that study that, and there are lots of paper, lots of toolkits that can help you to do a nice science communication job. And we are here to help you as well. Okay, just a brief summary about, just a brief summary about the national panorama. Okay, I'm working in science communication since 2010. Yeah, 2010. When I started to work in science communication in my master, during my master in gene therapy. I did my master at lab. I did all the experiments at lab, and then I started to do science communication as master students, and then I worked and I did my PhD in science communication. And in Portugal, the national panorama 10 years ago, it was really, really different than what we have today. And today we have a really vibrant science communication environment. But there were a lot of really important milestones in science communication history, the small science communication history in Portugal. One of that, it was Manifesto para a Ciência em Portugal, that was written by Mariano Gago, that was the Minister of Science and Technology years ago. And for the first time in Portugal, a minister said that, okay, we are on the way to do scientific research in the level of the rest of Europe. Okay, in 5-6 days, we can be in the same point of other countries in Europe, but our society doesn't understand what we are doing and why it's important to fund science and to do this kind of scientific research. And then you should be aware that you need to improve scientific literacy, scientific public engagement in science and science communication. And it was in 92, I guess. Ana, can you confirm that Manifesto para a Ciência de Portugal, it was in 92? I guess that it was in 92. And Professor Mariano Gago wrote at the first time this concern about science communication and the importance of science communication in Portugal to accompany the scientific research progress. And after that, he created the Programa Ciência Viva, that probably you know that we have a lot of Ciência Viva centers in all the countries.
First edition was in 1990.
Ah, okay. Okay. And in 96, he created the Programa Ciência Viva with a lot of science centers in all over the country, in islands, and we won one of the most important prizes in Europe with the Programa Ciência Viva 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, and then the laws started to implement the laws to obligate researchers to do science communication, as Decreto de Lei in 99 and 2004. And then I guess in 2012 we created the first professional network of science communication, that is the Rede SciComm PT. And with this, of course, the science communication project raised a lot, science centers, science museums, in companies, in research centers. Okay, and how we can do this science communication? With science communication projects, we need money, we need ideas, we need to do all of this as in research projects. We need to plan the project, to write the project, to have money and these kind of things. We need to say to the scientists, okay, this is really nice to do, let's go. Okay, but I need to explain to scientists why this is important. And I need to train my scientists to do a good science communication. This is part of our job, the mobilization of scientists. And of course, this is really important to establish collaborations, because do science communication at my lab, it's not important. Okay, it's important to talk with my colleagues, to talk with my boss, of course, but you need the collaboration to target different groups of society. I need to have collaboration with journalists, with newspapers. I need to have collaboration with science centers, with schools, with patients associations to do a proper science communication, because I need to achieve the society. Okay, here I have some photos of our projects at CNC that I'm really, really proud. And okay, I will show you some examples of the process of science communication. This is really complex, and this, it's not really complex. It's different. It's a different process of scientific process, but I just let you know a little bit about the process, and I will talk with you about the relationship with media, the importance of social networks, and the importance of public engagement projects. And after that, I will show you some examples that can inspire you to be involved. Okay, first of all, about the media. How I can, probably you sometimes you turn on the television and you say a new about research or in the social media or in the newspaper. How we can do that? Okay, imagine at my center I have a research of a colleague that have a research that was published or will be published in a newspaper, in a scientific sorry, I need water. Then we need to decide, this research has impact to the society or not? If we decide, these kind of decisions are not only the Science Communication Office or the Board of Directors. It's a decision with the researcher and with the Science Communication and with the Board of Directors because of the strategy of the research center. And then you decide, should we spread the national media? It depends of the impact factor, it depends of the impacts of the research to the society. And if we decided to do that, we wrote a press release. What is a press release? It's like a document when you say the main goals of the paper, the main discoveries, and we refer all the authors, all the funders, and we need to write that to journalists, and we need to put this in our minds. Journalists does know nothing about proteins or about the mechanism, and then we need to simplify, and we need to, of course, it's really important to be correct and to be scientifically accurate, but we need to write to journalists, to a people that doesn't know nothing about our area. Okay, then we wrote a press release, and then we decide if you want to spread in Portugal, we spread to Agência Lusa, that is the general press release, or if you want to talk with the newspaper or with a TV channel to give them the exclusive. Okay, this is a strategic decision, but it's important to you to know that we spread to a big, we can do a big spread, but when we do that, we don't have the control, all the control, or we can do an exclusive, but this exclusive is just to this new paper. And then we have news. And because of that, you can see news at national media, regional media, TV, radio, and different kind of media. In Portugal, Diário de Coimbra is a regional newspaper. Correio da Manhã is a national, but it's really, really different than Público or SIC Notícias is really different of RTP1. And then you have a very, very different kind of media that can explore our press release and our news. And of course, it's important to talk about social media and why social media is really important nowadays. Because it's one of the most important source of information to people. And here you can see that Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, this kind of networks has a very large number of monthly users. And at CNC, it's our example. We have, it's important for us to be in all different social networks with different contents, because the publics, the target public is different. And then we have different social networks to different targets. And then we need to adapt our message to different social networks. And the format is different, the language is different, and the timing of publication is different. And then you need to have people to do that, and people to look to the results, because we have metrics, we have graphs, and we need to know, and we need to improve our strategies with the experience. And then this is really important. And I think that nowadays, and you are PhD students, and nowadays social networks can be a very powerful tool for you, for your future, to spread your PhD project, but it could be really powerful for you to improve your search for a job, to improve your network, to spread your findings. I think you should use it, mainly LinkedIn and Twitter, because Facebook and Instagram are more personal, and of course you can use it. I have all of them personally, but to the scientific or to the professional point of view, it's really important, and it could be really powerful for you. And then one of my advice, one of my tips is use in a good way, and you have a lot of toolkits to help you to use the social networks in your favor. Here,
can I ask something, Sarah?
Of course, Sarah, of course.
Thank you. I was wondering if you know ResearchGate.
ResearchGate, yeah.
And what is your opinion about that?
I think it's really important
because it's the only one I use and the only one I'm familiarized with.
Yeah, ResearchGate, in my opinion, and the things that I already saw about that, ResearchGate is really important to the academia. If you are in academia, and this is the case, it's really, really, really important. LinkedIn is really important if you are in academia, but if you want to have different collaboration, or if you want to go to industry or to this other kind of jobs, ResearchGate is really important. But look, this ResearchGate and LinkedIn are a really nice example, because they are different social networks, and social networks that are professional networks, but the target is different and the message should be different. Then, yeah, of course, you should have ResearchGate. We don't have ResearchGate institutionally because it's not important to the institution. LinkedIn is more important, but I have ResearchGate. I have our seed, because we need to have our seed because of FCT, or we have Ciência Vitae. Then it's really important to academia. But if you want to go to other kinds of collaboration or other kind of job, LinkedIn is really important as well. And all of these networks you can use, but to use it's better not have to have and don't have information, or then it's important to take some time to improve your profile and to do it with a little bit of heart, and be consistent, feed the content monster, be multi-faced gel. There are some tips here, and we can share this with us. Okay, I will talk a little bit about public engagement activities. Public engagement activities are activities then that you want to not only to communicate. The idea is to engage and to put people more comfortable with science. And to do that, we need to have different strategies, and to do that in different venues, in different places, with different people. And one of the major challenge in my work, in the science communication work, is to improve our strategies in public engagement and engage different publics, because there are publics that, as you know, there are publics that are already engaged, and there are publics that are not engaged at all. Okay, I will show you some examples, and if you want to ask something, please ask me. Okay, PubHD Coimbra. Anyone knows PubHD Coimbra or PubHD? Yes, no?
Yes, I've
No?
heard about it.
Yes.
Mariana. Okay, PubHD Coimbra. Okay, this is one opportunity for you because PubHD is a monthly. We stopped with the pandemic last year, but we want to start again probably in spring. Let's see. But the idea of PubHD is to give the opportunity to PhD students to talk about the PhD project in a very informal and comfortable environment, in a bar. And you can talk about your research in a bar with your friends, your family, and the challenge is to talk with your friends about your PhD in a bar. And this is one really, really nice opportunity. And we have the PhD at Coimbra. Another opportunity is Cartas Consciência. Cartas Consciência is a national initiative, and the idea is to have a team of scientists in different areas that can write letters to other countries with low opportunities as African countries, but that talk in Portuguese, like Cabo Verde, Angola, Guinea. And the idea is to have letters and to write letters to students, and students write letters to you, and you can talk about that. It's a really nice work. Querido cientista, Ana, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about Querido cientista.
Yeah, Querido cientista or sweet scientist is like similar to Cartas Consciência, but in this case it was a project that was selected among some different science communication projects inside of the university. So it's an initiative from the Faculty of Medicine. So what they do is they are collecting different scientists in order to answer questions from kids and for all the community about science. So they developed this inside of the pandemic time. So they are struggling a bit how to adapt it to the online version. But if you type Querido Cientista, or we can share with you the link, you can also be part of this group of scientists that will be willing to answer the questions of the community. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, thank you, Anna. European Researchers Night is a really nice initiative that are organized in all over Europe, and here in Coimbra we have as well, and it could be a really nice opportunity for you to be engaged in a party of science, and we always have our theater or hands-on activities, exhibitions, a lot of things. Then be involved, be engaged, because European Researcher Nights is a really, really, really nice party of science. Last year we did an online version. It's not so funny, but it was our European Researchers Night last year. And please, Soapbox of Science, probably you know more about that.
Yeah, Soapbox Science is an initiative with quite of years. It was born in UK with exactly this idea to put people speaking in the top of a box, as it was done some years ago during the discoveries, and when people had this opportunity to speak to big audiences. In this case, Soapbox Science is an opportunity to give voice to women in science. So this is specifically to promote women in science and women in science communication. So this is an initiative that is in the second year. It will be the second edition in Portugal. It started in Lisbon, and now we from Coimbra joined the program, a more national program. And I hope that next year in 2022, we will be able to bring it to our streets of Coimbra.
Thank you, Anna. FemLab is another competition, as 3 Minutes Thesis competition, and it is sponsored or promoted by Ciência Viva and British Council, and every year we have a science communication competition, and it's national, and then you can compete with the other European winners. Brain Awareness Week in Neuroscience my colleagues in neuroscience knows that we have lots of activities during the Brain Awareness Week. Projects with schools. There are lots of projects with schools, and are always a nice target group to work. Art and science, the use of the artistic language to explore and to communicate science has been used for years, and it's very efficient and a very nice way to see science and to reflect about the problems and about the concerns of scientists. And there are a lot of other examples and other opportunities, and we are happy to share with you. After that, I can share the presentation, and if you have any thoughts or any curiosity with projects, let us know, because we are happy to help you. And after that, I have some resources that can help you with your research, to improve your research and your communication with society, with the schools, or in a bar, or it could be helpful to spread your science with your peers in Congress, with your data clubs, these kind of things. Then I have here some of resources. The Pathway Builder, this one, you can see my, sorry. The Pathway Builder can help you to do like signaling pathways and these kind of things, more to bioscience students. Here you have, I have the name, I'm not sure the name, but we have in the next slide, some scientific illustration that are free, and you can go and you can use in your presentations. And these are a guy that is really nice and did really nice scientific illustration, and you can use, and here are more icons that you can use. Then you have Canva, that it could be a really nice platform for you to use. Of course, you have the Illustrator and these kind of things, but the Canva is free, and it's really user-friendly for you to do some presentations or agora falta uma palavra. Cartazes, pronto, okay, sorry.
Posters and
advertising, yeah, sorry. Okay, after that you have the Prezi and Pauto, that are platforms that can help you to do attractive presentations. If you want to use, it depends, sometimes it could be nice, sometimes it's better to use the PowerPoint, but you can explore and see if can be helpful for you, depending on the context. But you have Prezi and Pauto that could be nice, really nice, to improve your presentation in specific venues and with specific audience. But it could be really nice for you to use. You have all the Kahoot, the Pool Everywhere, that are platforms that can help you to interact with people. The Miro platform, we will use Miro during the afternoon. And then, of course, we have the videos, nature videos. In nature, there are lots of really nice videos at Nature, and you can use to improve your presentations in the end of your presentation, to introduce a concept or something like that. There are really nice videos. At Ciência, we have a lot of videos as well with our research, really nice. As App Science, PhD comics are really nice, and you can put some humor in some presentation, can be really nice. Then I have here a list of opportunities to be involved, resources, and we can
I just share something? I don't know if I can. Just speaking.
Of course.
Okay, so I belong to, maybe I should have said in my introduction. I belong to a junior enterprise molecular in the chemistry department. So we are also. So this was one of the things that we tried to tackle was the communication between the scientific people and the non-scientific people. And we also had some of the, let's say, ideas of sharing the science. And one of them was similar to the ones that you presented. So the ones that we bring students from the high schools to be enrolled in the academic field during a few weekends. And one of the things that we are trying to develop now because of the pandemic situation was the podcasts, trying to bring PhD students to talk about their PhD goals mainly. And you can also, it's just to share a few things that we are also trying to do. So you can Google just for molecular RADE, and we are just trying to let's say, just approach take together these two things that I think it's kind of difficult, even more in these situations. But
Yeah.
it's just to share with you. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Caterina. Yeah, of course, these times are really challenging for everyone and for science communication, that we live from the contact with people. And then this is really, it was really challenging in March to readapt our activities, but we need to do that. And one of our project, that is Saúde no Saber, that is sponsored by Ciência Viva, and we started 1 month ago. We have some scientific topics, and we are doing a podcast with scientists, and each month we have a theme, a scientific theme. The first theme was fertility. This month was cancer. The next month will be sleep, and we have.
Yeah, I've been following a few of them.
Yeah, and the podcast could be a really nice way to do science communication in these pandemic times. One of other experience that we did last summer, it was the Zooming on Science. We did Zooms every week, and we ask researchers to do a presentation to people that wants to know more about the research, and we did that. Then we are trying to readapt our approaches, because yeah, it was really challenging. But congratulations, this work.
It was just for sharing, not advertising.
Yeah. Thank you, Caterina. Okay. Here I have some opportunities for you to be involved if you want to, and some resources, and then we will share with you the presentation. And for me, I think it's done. If you want to ask some question, if you want to know more about science communication, please let me know, and me and Dana will be during the afternoon with the design thinking exercise. And yeah, Marta, Karin, you can start. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah.
Can you remove your present?
Yeah, of course.
Please, thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is still in the happy mood, the green face. And sorry about grandma. It's not that I do not know how to work with this thing. It's just that I might know more or less to work with this thing. So bear with me. Just 1 second. Okay. Karin, if you want to start just by, while I'm doing something. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yes, I know. And then you think to yourselves, come on, guys, you're from communication. You don't know what you're doing. It's Zoom. I prefer face-to-face interactions.
Yeah, all of us.
Okay, you can see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Me and Karin already presented ourselves because it's been a couple of hours now. We're trying to be brief. As we said earlier, feel free to ask questions. Karin will be looking
Yes,
at
I will
the
be
chat
in the.
room or looking at yourselves if you want to talk. So feel free
Yes.
to interrupt at any point. If you feel I'm talking too fast or something, again, interrupt at any point you want. As we said, we work for the communications office of the university. It is our job to make a bridge, not only for the outside, but also for inside. It is our understanding that it's really important that for you guys that are investigating, it's important that your investigation is known, not only with your peers, but also in the lab next door, but also in the faculty on the other side of campus. And for that, again, like Sara was saying, and as Anna said earlier, communicating science and communication is really, really, really important. The communications office is a major, a key for this to happen, but also yourselves and how you do it. In the University of Coimbra, the Divisão de Comunicação is also has a key role. Also, there's a platform, like if you have an initiative or something that you want to get out there, that can be used, which is online. It's uc.pt/pedidos, where you can see what is done by the communications division and the marketing core. But that's not the main issue of our presentation today. We are going to talk about a little bit about our experience with camera and speaking to a camera, and also with communication, with the means of communication like journalists and stuff, and give you a few hints that might be useful also for the 3-minute thesis competition. And I hope that you find it useful for yourselves. Important alert here, and it is very, very important that you keep this in mind at all times. Like everything nowadays, that's why I said bear with the grandma, because last month or last year, Zoom was not a thing, now it is. Everything changes all the time at a really, really fast pace. Communication is not, also changes. For example, smocks in the lab. A few years ago, we would say, yes, use your smocks, use them, and it's important that you do so when being interviewed for video. At this point, I will say, depends. It depends what you're talking about. It depends the context. It depends on the surroundings. So it's really important that you, from experience and from what you're doing, always develop strategies and see what's around you. And it's a learning process altogether. Don't be afraid to ask, and also answer every time someone asks. It's a two-way conversation, so to speak. Give you a few moments to read it through. Talking to a camera, it's a really, really frightening thing. And when we say a camera, we say someone with a microphone, a tape recorder, even just a pen and someone to write on. It's frightening. And it's frightening because there are 3 kinds of speeches. The one we meant to do. That's the one we carefully prepared, the 3 pages long, that's everything that we think it's very important and that we must say, and it's everything from our investigation that we have to say. There's the speech that we think we did, like right after the interview when we rewind the conversation and the interview and we do everything and say, oh, I said this, I said that, that's what I think I did. And finally, the one we actually did, the one that the journalist heard, and even worse, the one that eventually was edited and ended up in the news piece. And it's scary because all 3 are very different, but they're not. There's a main point here, preparation. Preparation makes all these 3 speeches, which are the same, to be very, very easy. We don't have to tell you. What, sorry?
No, it's me, Martha.
Yeah.
Preparation, just one tip. Preparation is not mean do 3, 4, 5 folhas, Martha.
Sheets of paper.
Sheets of paper with everything you want talking about. It's really difficult for the journalists when they will do an interview and you take a lot of papers off your bag and start to read the paper. It's really, really difficult because if you lost something, some word, you generally it's not finish your speaking. You can't finish because you have a lot of things in this sheet paper. Please don't do. Preparation is not do a lot of papers. It's not put everything in your research in paper to read. Okay, first tip. Can continue, Martha.
Okay, as Sarah said earlier, there's nobody else than yourselves that know more about the topic of the interview. Otherwise, you wouldn't be interviewed or you wouldn't be there talking about it. This is important because if you keep that in mind, you have to think that it's a conversation. It's not like life or death situation. It's just a conversation, so you have to relax. You are going to rewind it in your head afterwards. You are going to think, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I should have said that, or I forgot that part. It's fine. So as long as you have that thought in your head, halfway it's done. So you are much more relaxed. The message will flow. And this happens here at 3-minute thesis as well. I mean, if you think about it, this is an opportunity to say what I'm doing. This is opportunity to get my work out there. And it should be fine. So if you're relaxed, everything, and you know everything you're going to talk about. So it should be absolutely fine. And you will be able to answer everything and you'll be able to do everything without any kinds of notes needed. So that's important. And there are 3 main points now going to the preparation per se. There are 3 main points that, or pillars, so to speak, that we need or to consider. One of them is the how we place ourselves, where, how to look, how to move your hands, even how to talk. Everything matters when we want to get our message as clear as possible. Another pillar is the who. Who are we talking to? Is it television? Is it radio? Is it a press take? Is it the communications press officer that's going to write a media take? Who is the audience we're talking to? Is it specialized magazine? Is it the people next door? Is it the jury for this 3-minute thesis? Who are we talking to? Also the what, and again, the theme of your interview, the theme of your thesis. Nobody knows more, so this part is the part where you are absolutely fine. So it's okay. So let's start with the how. And with the how, we're going to, because we work with video, we are going to start with the image and space. Again, we work with video mainly, and ideally interviews should be done in places that can be controlled. There is no perfect place, I'll give you that at the beginning, but you should work with your press officer to find the best place, inside or outside. And now we have 4 examples here, to inside to outside. Anybody wants to point some good or bad of these 4 examples we have here? Just so you get a bit of context. 3 of them are from the series of videos we did from reactions of the Nobel Prizes last year. And the last one, the bottom one from the left, is of a series of videos interviewing some researchers about the new normal in the UC. Anybody?
May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, of course.
I think the outside interview, it's although it's natural, but it would have some noises and some distraction, and I think it's the main problem of outside interview. That's it.
No,
yes, have these ups and downs. It's true.
No, it's a really good point you said there, because if you focus on the first one on the left, the one in the near the hospitals, this example here, what you have is it has everything to do with the theme, because he's an expert and he's talking about a disease and everything. The image is very nice, although there's a bit problem with the light as well. But then we have an issue. I don't know if you can see it properly, but there's a car that parked right next to it, and it never stopped. And never stopped working. So we had the during the half of the interview, and we thought, why? So it's absolutely true what you said. Yes, Nuno?
One more thing, the kind of visual information, besides that that annoyance of the car, the kind of visual information is very different in each of these frames, and the bottom right gives us some kind of activity of the person, of identity of the person, that the other images don't. The kind of background we choose, if not a digital one, it can give relevant information about what we are talking about. It was that.
Exactly, the preparation of the place you choose. For example, you talk about the literature, right? Where is him?
No. Oh, you had this headphones out.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't said earlier. I have two kids that are in several activities. Some of them are not allowed,
no
so
problem,
I had to yell. And
It's fine, no, it's fine.
Okay,
it's fine. No. Your background is literature, right? What place do you choose to talk about your research? First of all, what's the best place for you to talk about your research?
What a wonderful question. I had no access to a stage, and I just chose a blank one, a neutral one. But I'm considering during this talk, I'm considering another kind of background. I don't know which, but I don't know. I don't know.
You can another.
Okay,
Sometimes
thank you.
it's really difficult to choose a place to start, outside or inside. It's more about your investigation, about your research, right? In your case, specifically, you can choose a white wall. You can choose some books, a library place in your house. But the most important part is think about the light. If the camera is too down, your face is too this way, it's not really easy to the people understand you. If you put, I don't know if the computer, I don't know if I do it in that telephone, because I don't have in this moment a computer with camera. So you have to think about the environment you want to speak. The more clear, in your case, the more easy for the people concentrate in you, and all of you is better, right? Sometimes the image that Marta share is important, because we can see people in the laboratory, one teacher in the laboratory, you have the things behind him. It's really interesting in this context. But if you want to pass a message with the minimum noise in light, noise in people, noise in everything, colors, do you want to choose the right a blank space, a good space? It's interesting. if you think about it. But Marta, you continue because she had a lot of more tips. But no, we can talk. I can talk to you.
We are going to talk at the end,
Yes.
and with, for example, exactly what you said about the lights and about the space, and we are going to walk you through. And this was something that Anna said earlier about the test during the final on the 5th. The 11 o'clock that we'll have will be to help you also to find the best spaces for it. These are the, of course, this is. I'm not going to say pre-pandemic, this is middle pandemic, but also these are examples of pros and cons of video. And here you have all those things. So what you have to think about is the attractiveness of the image, the relation you have with the theme you're conveying, the light, the sound, everything is important. Like, for example, when you are going to do the final, you are going to do your 3 minutes, you are going to try and find the best place with the best light, with the no sound or no distractions and everything. But if this was an interview, the important thing is the message, and this is going to be transversal with everything that of the pillars that we are going to of this message we are saying. Again, there are no, there is no ideal place. We have inside and outside, and both of them are good and bad. They have pros and cons, all of them. And now I'm going to show two very bad examples. All of them they have good points and bad points, of course, but they're all okay. Now I'm going to show you two really bad examples. Please don't laugh. Okay. Why are these two bad examples? Okay, both of them are photos, but one of them eventually was the video was done like that. So the glasses, the dark glasses. I mean, you don't want to do an interview with dark glasses because it doesn't sound professional, other than the reflection and everything, but oh, it's too bright, let's go to a shadow or something. The other is the window. It doesn't look very nice. So maybe we could have arranged a different thing for these two interviews, but these are just examples. So again, these are photos, not videos, but just to make a point here. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything at this point. No, okay. Moving on.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I think it's the lunch break right now, based on my schedule.
We need a minimum. We need 10-15 minutes more. You can bear?
Well,
your stomach can bear?
No. Well, I said lunch break, but actually I'm working in the lab, so
okay.
I made a schedule, so I should leave, but I will join at 2.
Oh, okay. We ran a bit late in the morning, so but yes. Yeah, if you do have to leave, sorry.
Yeah, I'm at university. I work in the lab, so
no problem. We can work with you in the day of the final.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go a little bit early.
We will share the presentation with you, even the recording, okay, if you need.
Okay, but it's just a few minutes, right?
Yeah. Yes. Just 10 more minutes and yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, thank you.
We are still talking about how, and now and the pillar of how, and now I'm talking about classes and everything, and now we're going to the appearance. Important stuff when talking about video, and this can also be an important hint about your presentation on the 3MT. I talked about smocks earlier. If they're untidy, if they're dirty, you don't want to go with them. Maybe you want to borrow a different smocks. Everything that's distracting of the message, you should cut it out. For example, basic hints about clothes, transparencies, cleavage, anything that can be distracting, maybe it's a no-go. The same thing about too tight clothes. At this point, because the 3MT is going to be well, like this in the Zoom, you won't have that point. But too tight clothes, sometimes the buttons seem like they're going to pop out. Maybe you can try and have a different shirt on. Also, for example, about the cleavage and the transparencies, it's distracting. The people should be listening to what you're saying, not any other attributes you have. Also stripes. You know those optic illusions that might happen? For example, I'm looking at Sara with the pink shirt. She has, it seems like some stripes. It's not those stripes I'm talking about. I'm talking about the really thin ones that in the video, they seem like they're moving. I'm talking about those kinds of stripes. Anything that can create optic effects, also, it's a basic hint for us trying to, because what you're talking about, and this is the bottom line of it, what you're talking about is something that's different from the daily things that the public and the audience hear. So you want them to really listen to what you're saying. So that is important. Also about clothes, bracelets, watches, and necklaces. It can also distract not also the image, but also the sound. For example, if you have a mic here and you have really long earrings or a necklace that's also always touching because of your movements, it's going to be distracting of the sound as well. If you have too many bracelets or a very big watch and you're in the table and you're also always doing this, you're not listening because you're listening to the tumbling sound. So it's also very, very distracting. But it can also be good. For example, if everything around you, this image you can see on the background, the lab is white, everything is white. A little color can be also good. I'm looking at Cristiana, and she has a all white background and a white t-shirt. And Angela Bessa also has an all white background, but has a red shirt. Angela pops out because of the white, of the red, sorry. So you see, that is a different thing that you can use, not to be too distractive, but also help to pop up a bit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, use color. Color is really important in the image. If the people are listening to you, they have to make all the attention in you. If you have it's like Marta said, if you have a white background, please use color, really bold color. Green, blue, yellow, red is perfect. Don't use a lot of accessories who could interfere in your speaking. But think of that, use a lot of colors. Use what you have to bring the attention always, all the time you're speaking in you, okay? It's clear for you what are you saying? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Moving on, about the message, the what. As we said, you're the best people to know what you're talking about. The message is important, but how you say it or what you're saying is important, but you have to simplify as much as you can without compromise what you want to say. It can help both the listener or the viewer and yourself. I'm sorry for the people who don't understand Portuguese, but I'm going to say something in Portuguese now. So, tentar não complexificar, tentar simplificar. So try to do not complexify or try to simplify. Complexify, it's a hard word. It's not very common. And why would I say complexify, right? So make it simple. Make it simple. See what simple things are easier to be understood by a broader audience.
And
So,
remember, the jury, it's a lot of areas. It's not always your area of research. You have to speak for the people who don't understand or who don't speak or don't study your area. So it's interesting you to simplify. It's exactly how Marta said, simplify without being simplistic. Okay, if you have to talk about measure space in journalism, we use this. We have to talk about a measure space. It's the time of is this 500 stadiums? Yes, stadium 500 stadiums, or the atom, I don't know, the virus is the 100 part of a head of a pin. Do you understand? You have to give examples for the people who don't have the intimacy with your research. It's okay for you? Do you understand me? Okay. Martin.
Also be prepared for every question that may come up. At this point for the 3MT, it's not about questions, but also everything that might come up. Still about how to speak clearly, calmly, coherently. You want everyone to hear all the words you're saying. You're not racing to anywhere. You don't want to catch the train. So you only have 3 minutes, it's true, but you want everyone to understand. So if you have to cut a few parts of it so that it's understood, it's better. Emphasis and tone are also important. If you are talking about a disease, deadly disease, you might not want to be, oh, and then this happened and everything, and you don't want to do that, right? Because it's but you don't want to be crying. But I mean, the context of the wording, but also how your face also talks. So the context, it's not only your surroundings, but also how you talk. It's important. Does this make sense to you guys? Okay. And finally, the who. This is important because, like Karin was saying, the jury is from all the areas. And then I'm coming back to the beginning. You want the people from the lab next door, but you also want the person from the other campus of another faculty to understand. I do not understand the chemistry of it, but I want to. So I have to make sure that I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I made sense at this point, sorry. So a small exercise with surroundings and the message. Thinking about me and Karin, we do not understand the word anything about your investigations and your research and your thesis, and look around your surroundings, think about what you have, and let's make a small exercise about it. Mainly, let's do, sorry, I was hoping Karin would continue with the exercise.
So sorry.
Karin forgot. So the thing is, look around your surroundings, see what you would like to change, and from what we were talking about, and let's make like a small role play about your research and your thesis, and let's do this small 2 minutes exercise about it. Any volunteer?
We like volunteers. We really love people who volunteer themselves. So because I have to choose somebody.
Okay, we have Nono. We have
not
Nono.
Wisely.
Nono is a volunteer.
Hello.
Nono is a volunteer.
I volunteered.
You volunteer as
a
tribute.
To what did I volunteer?
Okay, now you have to look around your surroundings, and if you can change, what would you change in your image, considering what we talked about? And what would you do? You have your thesis is about theater and Gil Vicente, and what should you do with your image, considering all we talked about?
Well, I would shave.
Would shave, okay, shave.
I would choose yes, shave and drop the headphones and be more free to just talk to the camera. And about my surroundings, I would choose a different angle of the camera, and and a clear wall. And I'm not wearing any primary color, but a brown one. I would change that as well.
Are you
Just to
wearing
look
a
more
hoodie?
lively and no, just I don't know how this is
Ah,
called,
okay,
a
okay, okay.
sweater or a
Yeah.
coat or something.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't
Okay,
wear
I would
a hoodie.
immediately change that. Just no, but if that was the theme of my investigation, maybe, but it is not.
Yes,
Can
it's
I
important.
suggest
I
something
would
else?
immediately change that.
Can I suggest something else? If possible, because the light you
Yes,
have.
please.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something else.
No,
The
talk.
light you have, it's really orange and it's going just towards one side of your face. If you have the possibility to move around a bit and to get exactly to not have like the bright light on your one side. It would also, oh, sorry, sometimes you move around and I don't know where you are. Otherwise you have like a big yellow part of your face and the other part is not that bright and it's a really yellow-y thing. I would do that, but I agree with what you said, the position of the camera, and that would be a really nice
Second tip for all, the camera have to be in your eyes level. Pega, I see you asking for something. Just 1 minute. You have to put the camera in the level of your eyes. You can put the camera this way or this way. Do you understand me now? Because it's easy if you put your camera in the level of your eyes. In my case, I'm in the telephone. I have a cube and I put the telephone in the cube because I want to be seen in the same level of my eyes and the camera. It's clear for you, all of you. If you have a telephone, you put on something, a cube, I don't know, a books, a stack of books, but it's really important that your eyes in the same level of the camera, all right? Pega, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to ask about the hairstyle. How should be our hairstyle? For example, I should tie my hair, or it's okay with this style?
It's okay to be
the
yourself.
The important thing is not to. It's not to. You have to be comfortable with it. You don't. Like, for example, if I came up here and had like my hair all, well, I have the background so you can't be seen, but if I had like just woke up and my hair was like crazy, that would be the same thing as having the sports clothes or the dirty smocks. I mean, you're not going to meet the president, but you should be arranged. You don't have to go to the hairdresser because they're closed. But yeah, I mean, if you want to put your hand in a bun or you want to it's fine. We're not the dictators of the clothes. I mean, for example, if you had like a mic, one of those mics, and the hair would be like this, probably what I would do and Karine would do, we would say to put it like that. Otherwise, the hair, if you moved, would be touching the mic and the sound would be weird. But I mean, it doesn't, at this point, how you feel comfortable, as long as it's, okay, everyone is still moving all around, and I'm sorry, I don't know where you are again. Grandma doesn't work with Zoom. As long as you're comfortable. So yeah.
Think about the micro. If the microphone is in your computer, you can use all the hair you want. Sometimes we interview people who go to the hairdresser and put all the laca, you know laca in English? Spray, the thin spray of the, like a helmet, the helmet hair. We have a lot of this with the most, not older people, but the people who like a different kind of presentation. In your case, in these 3 minutes thesis, you can use whatever you want, but don't interfere with your micro or with your camera. It's really all right. Katarina, do you want to?
Yeah.
Katarina, do you want to ask something?
I just wanted to also have to ask a
let
question.
Me see you. Just let me find you. I don't found you yet.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hi here, Katarina.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Ciao, Katarina.
I'm Wally. What I wanted to ask is about like I work in chemistry, and usually the associated background is to film in a lab, and sometimes there are two things that are negative, but you cannot have both. The thing is that labs usually are white, so you shouldn't be wearing a lab coat because it's white. But there is also the negative side of it, that is most of the security ways of working in labs is to just enter in a lab with a lab coat for the LTE issues and so on. So it's better just to not film in a lab, or what's your opinion? Because we always have the two negative comments.
Yeah, Katarina, I really like filming labs. Me and Marta really like filming labs, and
like or don't like? Sorry.
Yeah, we really like, because you can prepare your lab. You can put the white coat. I really like the white coat inside the lab. I don't think it's much understandable. You use any clothes inside the lab. And in a lab, you use a coat, a lab coat. I don't have problem with this. But you can prepare your lab. We have a professor in university. Every time we interview her, she put a lot of colors.
Colors, yeah.
Yes, she used don't have anything about the research she's doing, but she always like to put a little tubes with different colors, because this is interesting for the people who don't understand what a lab is. So
about the way if you don't want to blend with the background, you can have a colorful shirt below the lab coat, and it can pop even like that. So it should be fine. I wouldn't say the scarf, because if you put a scarf, you don't wear a scarf on top of the lab coat. But if it's too cold, But for example, now I'm thinking about some labs in the chemistry department. You have the green board.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the position of the video, and you can actually suggest talking with the people. It's important. You can actually have the white lab, and you have the. No, it's fine. Bye.
Bye, Pega.
And you can have like the green board on the back as well, and that gives some color. You can have the benches with a few colors, water with food
coloring.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's true.
And you have a red shirt, so it should be
Okay.
It can be arranged. Like, for example, one of those images that was on the background of the presentation, everything was white, but there was movement, there was people movement. People were doing stuff on the background. So even though everything was white, it was not a still image. So there was no blending. People were moving, so the image was okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope it helped.
Yeah. somebody had another question for us, because we will do this one by one in the day of the final, but it's really important for you to think previously what you want to do, what you want to wear, where you want to do the Zoom thing. Okay, so it's important for you to think all these tips Marta have been giving you and put all in action in the day of the final. It's important for you to do the talk with us earlier in the day, wearing the thing you wear in the final, okay? In the place you choose to do the final. Everything the same for us to be able to help you to improve the image. We can improve your research, but we can improve the image for facilitate you to speak to the jury, okay? For all of you. Marta, do you want to finish?
I don't know if there's any more questions that you'd like to ask, anything else that you'd like to say, any other volunteer that would like to do the small role play if we were doing the small interview at this point? No? No, you are the only volunteer. You're the only volunteer.
We like we like the volunteers.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I had one last slide that just said questions, so thank you very much. And sorry that it's a little bit too much, but thank you.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Karin, for your really important tips for our contestants. So, Jordan, you just appear this minute, so you probably, are you in US?
I am. I'm sorry, it was 2 a.m.
You didn't like your colleagues from Brazil that really wake up early to be here with us? I'm kidding. Okay. So we will make a small stop now for a lunch break, okay? And we'll be back in at 2. Jordan, they already present themselves. So I give you just half a minute to present yourself. Just say where you come from, your area, and why you applied to 3 minutes before you leave. Go for it.
I'm from the United States. I live in Colorado, and I am currently in the Materialities of Literature program at Coimbra, in my first year as a PhD student, and I'm studying about a banda desenhada and how we can leverage those to teach foreign languages to adults.
Thank you, Jordan. Nuno is very happy because he felt that someone from the same program is here with him. So thank you so much for your attention. Any question before you go to have lunch? No? So see you at 2, okay? So have some extra energy and see you later for our design thinking about science communication projects.
Jordan, just to let you know that we will share the presentation of the morning then, if you want to.
And even the recording.
Or after that we can.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
See you later. Bye. Enjoy your lunch. Bye-bye.